For me, every composer who I love is my teacher. I think the greatest way to learn how to be a composer is to study the greatest pieces of music ever written. And by that, I'm not only talking about classical music, I'm talking about John Lennon and Paul McCartney, I'm talking about John Coltrane, I'm talking about Nirvana. The soup of my brain is cooking all the time. So if I hear something I have not experienced before and I love it, it goes into the soup. And this is a process that has started when I was 7 years old. The Saga Trilogy primarily comes from my experience of my son Jonathan's birth, which was the most traumatic experience of my life, and he almost died and his mother almost died. And to me, this was directly, obviously connected with Wagner's Ring Cycle and Siegfried's battle with the dragon. Yeah, so he's battling the dragon before he is born, and this dragon becomes a symbol of how we all must live. Every person is battling some type of dragon at some point in his life with the feeling that if he loses, he will die. I was extremely impressed with him because, you know, it would be a stressful situation to play a concerto with your father conducting, no matter what. But it's a concerto written for him, but even more, it's a concerto written about him, and he has to play it. This is a big deal. After the cello concerto, I was very inspired by my good friend Kim Weaver, who works at NASA. She's an astrophysicist, and she is also a pianist. And she was telling me about sound in the universe that NASA had discovered some years before, that they had absolutely no idea where it came from. And for years, they were completely mystified as to where the sound could come from. But she told me, being a musician, that it was in fact a note, it was a B flat, and that really inspired me because many of my favorite pieces are in B flat. Then Song of Infinity is kind of like the epilogue, but maybe it's the most important part, dedicated to probably my favorite poet who has ever lived. His name is Hafiz. Yeah, it plays a huge role in the feeling of Song of Infinity, which is really about death and the afterlife. It's a very happy piece. At the end, there's a boy soprano who sings "My name is Infinity," and the choir then reminds us by answering him, as one day all of our names will be infinity. So this is really the first orchestra I have worked with who I feel this level of trust for. And I love making recordings from live concerts, and of course there are always little things that happen in the live concerts, so we have little time to repair some things, but this feeling of continuity, this feeling of flow, where every time we play something, it's a slightly different story. Now I am so excited about making recordings. I will do anything, you know. In this way, it's just like normal. It's how we play. So many people have told me they love my music. I can't imagine how this is possible, especially I grew up at a time when classical musician composers were almost proud to be ugly. To me, this is a useless kind of artist. You know? Art is an act of generosity, first and foremost. And yes, it took me a long time to feel generous, but it's nice to feel generous finally.